All right, guys, how's it going? This video is going to be about Martin Zubimendi. Because it's about Martin Zubimendi, his name, Martin Zubimendi, is in the title of the video. So I don't need to hear from you in the comments saying, I don't want to hear about Martin Zubimendi. And if you do that as a joke, make sure you put an emoji there, right? Because I'm very trigger happy, right? I don't have any patience, mate. So some of us are interested in him, right? To see what happens with his career. Will he go to Arsenal, Real Madrid, Man City, Liverpool, whatever? When his future's resolved in the summer, we won't talk about him anymore, unless he goes to Liverpool, of course. But some of us are interested as to what's going on, right? So sometimes people comment my videos, say, I'm not interested. It's like, well, why are you watching the fucking video for then? You know what I mean? So in this morning's review of the Spanish Football Dailies, I touched on this briefly, and I said I would do a standalone video so that video wasn't too long. And this is actually about Huijsen and him, Dean Huijsen, and again, I've done another video about that on the channel. So the front page of AS here is dedicated to those two players. They convince, more or less, is the headline here, and it says in the little tag things underneath, the little tagline or whatever you want to call it, Huijsen and Zubimendi are on Real Madrid's agenda for this summer. Their performances with the national team in Rotterdam were highly appreciated by the coaching staff and the club. Arsenal is a possible rival in the bidding for the Real Sociedad midfielder, it says on the front page. Bearing in mind, it was the Daily Mail that ran the exclusive that the deal to Arsenal was set in stone, right? It was denied in Spain. But AS, a pro-Real Madrid newspaper based in Madrid, seem to think that Real Madrid are in for him. So there can't be anything set in stone if that's the case. So, where shall we start? Let's go here. So, I'm going to be reading from an article that was a joint article about both players, but I'm just picking out the Zubimendi stuff for you, okay? Zubimendi, Arsenal is an obstacle and his release clause is 60 million euros. He's one of the names Real Madrid is considering for midfield, which has become the most visibly weak area to reinforce. Vitinha is also liked, but it's almost impossible to prize him away from PSG. The biggest challenge for Madrid in the Zubimendi deal is that Arsenal has the operation well advanced, and they are willing to pay the release clause, 60 million euros. If he moves there, he would reunite with Mikel Moreno. Zubimendi was very close to being sold to Liverpool last summer, but Real Sociedad halted the deal due to the departures of Moreno and Lenormand. The club didn't want to lose another key player and extended his contract, keeping the 60 million euro clause that remains affordable for a player of his calibre. He's the player every coach would want to have, always thinking more about his teammates than about himself, said Xabi Alonso. These words come from someone who was his idol and his coach in the Real Sociedad B team, and with whom Zubimendi shares an agent. Alonso, who let's not forget is the #1 candidate to succeed Ancelotti, although given the current success of Madrid this season, that seems like a distant prospect. In the case of Zubimendi, knowing Madrid cannot match the Premier League's figures, their intent is to be well positioned when the next summer market opens. It will be then that they decide whether to go all in for the midfielder and also for Huijsen. I think it's Huijsen. All right. So that is all you need to know about Zubimendi. Now, I did, like I say, I touched on it briefly in the review video this morning of the Spanish dailies. This is the first time that the Spanish print, football media, if you like, the ones that they're better. If you think the shite, maybe the shite, whatever, speculative, like the British press, but they're better than the online shite, right? And this is the first time that they've actually really said that Real Madrid have got an interest in him. They've said previously that, I'm going to sound like I'm contradicting myself. They said previously that Real Madrid, admire him, but doesn't fit the profile of what they want. There's other players who want. This is the first time that they've made a big deal out of him and said, oh, he's now really being considered by Real Madrid for the summer. So there's a change in the reporting there. If, like me, you're interested in these things, then you're going to be thinking, oh, right, okay, maybe something's going to happen there, If you're just someone that doesn't really pay attention, you're a bit loose with your coverage and that, you probably don't know what the fuck I'm on about. Don't worry about it, neither do I. So, there's a change, basically, is what I'm saying to you. And now that they're putting Real Madrid in there as a possible candidate, which is interesting when you think that the deal to Arsenal is supposed to be done. But we all know that done can vary, the definition of that. Done to me is irreversible, signed, sealed, delivered, all right? Arsenal fans say they've got him already, but the Madrid-based media are saying that it's advanced, but there's still an opening and Real could move for him. All right, I'll leave it with you. If you appreciate the video, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment. I'm sure you're not interested in Zubimendi, but if you watch the video, maybe you are. Do you know what I mean? And if you want to buy me a coffee, hit the super thanks button. It's the love heart under the video, and I'll give you a shout out in tomorrow morning's morning briefing. On my other YouTube channel, there's a morning briefing on there today, youtube.com/Duncan Oldham. It's relevant to things with this channel and Liverpool Football Club, but I just put the morning briefings over there to save one of the notifications, because YouTube only sends 3 out in 24-hour periods, and I don't want to waste one on that. All right, guys, that's it. Right, see you in a bit. Hope you're all right. I am going to see Spain versus Netherlands tomorrow, the second leg of that quarter-final at Valencia, so I'll let you know how to do. All right.